Вы готовы? Я готов. Вновь идти в сюжет. Дополняшки подождут. Ты хочешь мне что-то интересное поведать?
I don't think I ever told you this, but I was actually on the path to being a ranger once. Did the whole boot camp thing. Even got rookie status. Anyway, not the point. My old ranger squad was a great bunch. There was 6 plus me. Remus, Hazard, Cho, Guy, Hepton, Stoll, and Thompson. They were supposed to get back from an expedition yesterday. We had beers and wings planned. Problem is, they weren't here when Darling handed out the HRAs.
Then they had nothing protecting them from the hiss.
You see, they prepped for the worst, but I think that we're already past that. We all wore these pouches around our neck, and I really don't want the hiss to get them. Could you find them for me? The squad would have come back through maintenance, but they probably spread out from there.
I'll keep an eye out for them, Arish. And I won't let them stay hiss.
Ну что ж. Очередное дополнительное задание. Блин, ну хочется ж по сюжету пойти.
What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall? Marshall's a fucking badass. Rangers could not ask for a better leader. She's a little, intense, but given the stuff she's seen, I'm not surprised. She does have a bad habit of disappearing, though.
Where does she go?
Last time she vanished, I did some digging into the security logs. I found camera footage of her entering the quarry. She was down there alone for days. Now, typically that's not allowed, but Marshall is kind of above the rules.
I wonder what she finds so interesting in the quarry. How does the Bureau handle thresholds?
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her rangers in to map them, check growth rates, locate epicenters, take samples, measure stuff, basically.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Now, down in maintenance, thresholds are used just like any other tool. The lab coats mine black rock from one, maintenance siphons water from another. We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it? Do I even want to know?
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's pretty gross.
I didn't want to know. You're security, right? Do you work with rangers?
Not often. Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the dangers inside the Bureau.
They must see some weird stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Every week they are tackling things that were previously unknown to the human experience. Most Rangers, they retire due to cognitive collapse. I looked up the medical definition. Not fun.
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do. He's been acting a little bit psycho recently. Although HR told me not to use that word, so...
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be? What's the deal with BlackRock?
Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on BlackRock. Ever since research found out that it blocks paranatural stuff, they have just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry. Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the night sky. Me and Salvador used to have after-work beers down there.
Я тебя понял.
I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, Stay sharp, Fate.
Предложение для телевидения. Основываясь на успехе «Ночной Америки», мы хотим предложить создать телевизионный сериал, в котором суеверие и скептическое мышление представляются как развлечение для популяризации этих концепций среди гражданского населения и создания меньшего сопротивления для перенаправления информации о публичных параестественных событиях. Также мы можем использовать надежные средства массовой информации для проверки параестественных концепций на гражданской аудитории, наблюдая за тем, как она реагирует на определенные факты, представленные как вымысел. В случае если бюро когда-либо решит сделать определенные реалии достоянием общественности. Существуют различные лицензии на шоу, которые мы могли бы приобрести и перезагрузить, вместо того, чтобы начинать с нуля. Один конкретный объект интеллектуального права кажется многообещающим, особенно учитывая то, что его содержание и тон как раз являются тем, что мы ищем. Он называется Night Springs. Вот уже как несколько лет снят с эфира. Показалось. Опа-на. Да, было стрёмно и жестко с этим существом. Но мы справились. Так, кстати, по поводу миссий. Так, беглецов находить. Так, единственный вопрос. Энергопреобразователи, охладительные, карьер черного камня, вентиляция, переработка черного камня, камера атласа. Ё-моё, это нужно мне просто походить по всем местам и, соответственно, поуничтожать всех, кого только можно. Но для начала давайте посмотрим, что же у нас будет по сюжету дальше, а там уже разберемся.
The resonance emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every variant of the His signal I can arrange. But how did Darling create it?
Хронология событий. Изучить временную шкалу событий во время вторжения на предмет обнаружения возможных закономерностей в поведении ИИСов. В настоящее время трудно определить временную шкалу из-за отсутствия надежной связи между секторами бюро и персоналом. Предварительные модели указывают на то, что эпицентр вторжения находится в исполнительном секторе. Как только появится возможность опросить выживший персонал, будет можно определить точное местоположение. Прочие нерешенные вопросы, ответить на которые может помочь временная шкала. Каким образом ИИСы обошли внутреннюю изоляцию? Каким образом резонанс ИИСов распространяется в пространстве, умышленно или равномерно? Какова их конечная цель? Внешний мир? Место назначения в ином пространстве? Анализ речи. Если мы понимаем, что ИИСы являются силой, основанной на вибрации и резонансе, то, возможно, их пение, являющееся теперь согласованным термином для их вокализаций, это попытка выразить данный резонанс с помощью человеческих голосовых связок и речи. Будет ли разница, если повторить пение на другом языке? Наиболее часто используемым словом является «хочу». Интересно то, что каждое использование слова привязывается к слову «ты». Ты хочешь слушать, ты хочешь, чтобы это было правдой, ты должен хотеть, чтобы эти волны увлекли тебя за собой. Это к нам ИИСы обращаются на «ты». ИИСы действительно верят в то, что человечество и, возможно, все, что не является ИИСами, хочет к ним присоединиться, быть поглощенными ими. В этом их цель. Следующими наиболее распространенными являются слова «сквозь» и «время». Возможно ли, что, как ИИСы указывают на то, каким образом они сюда попали, или свой возраст? В словах прослеживается явное намерение отбросить пение как чепуху, как рекомендуют некоторые мои коллеги, выходит за рамки идиотизма. Окей.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late?
How is he? I need to know. He's clearly been affected by the Hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him. My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Окей. Поговорить с Диланом на верхнем уровне. Что еще ты мне скажешь? Или даже дополнительное задание?
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine. A researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the Hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
Что ж, еще одно дополнительное задание. Ну, помимо этого, давайте уже еще и спросим у нее то, что можно спросить.
How is HRA production coming along?
Better than expected. We've already made enough to get people out of a couple safe rooms. They're here, alive, thanks to you. We never would have lasted this long if you hadn't walked in those doors.
You deserve thanks too, of course. We got this place up and running together, Emily. This place is looking good. Arish is making real progress around here.
Right? This place is a fortress. And with him taking care of operations here, I can spend more time analyzing the Hiss. I've been attempting to isolate and neutralize the Hiss resonance in blood samples, but no luck so far.
So you can't reverse it?
Not yet, but perhaps reversing it is too simple. See, if Hiss resonance can rewrite human genetics, then perhaps it's a question of rewriting the Hiss resonance. In theory, that could pave the way for custom human genetic alteration.
I wonder how often the phrase mad scientist is used around here.
Ну, после всего того, что мы тут повидали, слово «сумасшедший ученый» уже теряет свой смысл. Потому что, как мы видим, возможно все.
I visited the quarry. What's the plan for all that black rock?
The Bureau has used Blackrock almost exclusively for containment purposes. See, I say, branch out. Instead of boxes, helmets. Instead of blast shields, knives.
Knives?
Yes, knives! So many combat applications. Slicing, stabbing, gouging, or... Sorry. I've been trying to get Darling to explore combat applications for years. I got a little excited.
Wow. I did not expect that from her. I should be going. Enjoy your data.
Что
Oh,
ж,
I will.
интересная дамочка. И интересная. Ладно, теперь вернемся к нашим баранам. Поговорить с Диланом на верхнем уровне. Джесси решил, что пояснить со своим братом. Да, называется «Решил пойти по сюжету», а в итоге, наверное, сейчас все-таки пойду не туда, куда надо. Хотя... Ну, давайте мы с ним поговорим. Он нас, наверное, куда-то пошлет, а потом вместо того, чтобы туда идти, посмотрим вот эти вот дополняшки. Так, поговорить с Диланом на верхнем уровне. Верхний уровень это конкретно где? Центральный отдел, значит где-то... Значит просто наверху, да? Где же ты засел, мой милый братец?
Apparently the director restored HRA production. They're already getting other survivors out of safe rooms.
Great. Maybe I can get back to my office soon. I miss having a door to close on people.
I think you're gonna have to endure the inconvenience a little longer.
Повышение Поуп. Доктор Дарлинг лично порекомендовал мисс Поуп к повышению на основании ее трудовой дисциплины и помощи в продвижении множества проводимых исследований. Рекомендация. По словам ее коллег, Поуп продемонстрировала внимательность к подробностям и быстроту понимания параестественных концепций. Она отличается профессионализмом и старательностью, хотя некоторые из ее коллег жалуются на социальную незаинтересованность. Наблюдательный комитет одобрил данную рекомендацию и выдвигает мисс Поуп на должность специалиста-исследователя. Прикольно. Так, коллективное бессознательное. Определяется как форма бессознательного, разделяемого всеми человеческими умами. Отсюда происходит бессознательное знание, связывающее нас как генетическое наследие. Через это коллективное бессознательное мы неосознанно приписываем серию образов и архетипов всем элементам нашей жизни. Эти архетипы никогда не фиксируются, но движутся и изменяются в тандеме с нашими видами и культурой. Эта внутренняя вера в силу образов, разделяемых огромными массами населения, является в создании измененных предметов и предметов силы. Одно лишь количество выделенных привлекает к лучшему представлению данного образа, наполняя одиночный предмет огромным количеством Теоретические места силы также могут аналогичным образом формироваться с помощью простой силы устойчивой коллективной веры. Боже, сколько текста, сколько материала мы находим, мама дорогая. За что вы так со мной? Что я вам плохого сделал?
Marshall orders us to just sit on our asses and then leaves? What's the deal?
She must have her reasons. She's probably out doing some recon.
Then she should have taken us with her. I need some action, goddammit.
Здравствуйте. Жалоба на записки стикеры. Получателю всего. В случае, если вам известно нечто привело к дублированию записок стикеров в моем офисе. Теперь мой офис непригоден к использованию. Я буду работать из дома до тех пор, пока эта проблема не будет решена. Связаться со мной можно, позвонив на сотовый или на домашний телефон. Искренне, Боузер, первый заместитель начальника штаба. Прикольно. А чем тебе не нравится? Довольно миленько, красивый интерьер. Ну, если не нравится, значит не нравится, что ж поделать. Ужас.
What do you know about this Arish guy?
I heard the ranger saying he saved them in maintenance. They were attacked by a new kind of hiss, and Arish got them out.
All right, but still. A security guard leading rangers? I don't know if I like taking orders from a mall cop.
Ой, так хватит вот это вашего сдерживания узлов и прочего, и прочего. Чё стоим? Ничего интересного. Опа, здрасте. Братец.
You are a worm through time. The thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been a near you. You want this to be true. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. Through time, the thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes,
Братец.
but yellow and red in the eye. You are a worm through time.
Shit.
The thunder's home distorts you.
That's Dylan.
White pearls,
Can
but
you hear
yellow
me?
and red in the eye.
Oh, come on, Dylan. I'm here. I found you.
Into the wet. You've always been in there. You want this to be true.
Do you know who I am? Oh, you know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign.
Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to
stop
be
that?
true.
Please.
Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You! You came in through the hole in you! We let you in, you've always been here! The only truth! A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy!
Stop it!
Orange peel!
Shit! Shit! He can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small. In Ordinary. In the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years.
After the song time for applause, we build you till nothing remains. The egg cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home.
The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny.
I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet.
You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Your regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for the slide projector. You can help me. We can end this.
You are a worm through time. You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you.
Да, 6-й уровень допуска. Это значит, что мы теперь можем попасть туда, куда нам надо. Что ты еще нам скажешь, братец?
I don't know what else I'm hoping to find here.
Dylan. Can we talk?
I'd like to tell you about a dream I had last night.
Off to a good start.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary, before all of this happened. But in the dream, I was alone. It was just me. I was the only child. A girl. My name was Jesse Dylan Faden. But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here. lock me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything. Don't you find that weird? I find that weird.
Sure. What the hell was that? Is he trying to mess with me?
You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye.
О чем еще поговорим?
The inverted is
Maybe Dylan's still in there. Maybe there's a way to reach him.
I'd like to talk to my brother, please. Dylan?
Dylan would like to tell you about a dream he had just now.
This again?
I was going to be the new director of this place. I helped you get a job here so that we could be together. You were an office assistant. You'd make coffee and deliver the mail, and there was always plenty of work to do. And it stayed that way, forever and ever. It was nice. Really nice.
That's debatable.
But here's the strange thing. The dream shifted, and none of it was real anymore. It was a game. We were in a game, and it was a fucking boring game. But you couldn't stop playing. And then it shifted again. Or maybe it was another dream already. Or maybe I'm just confusing them. But in this other dream, it was more like a musical. This is an ordinary song about an ordinary girl from an ordinary town. It's the ordinary story. She worked an ordinary job in an ordinary office. Something. And that's all I can remember of that dream.
Maybe that's for the best.
You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you.
Будем беседовать до победного.
White pearls, but yellow.
Maybe I can learn more about the hiss from him.
Can we talk?
I just had an interesting dream.
Shit.
That's fascinating, but let's talk about the hiss for a change, yeah?
This dream was about the hiss.
Best I'm gonna get.
In my dream, the hiss had broken free of this prison, this house. I'd set it free. And the president himself was there to welcome us. He was the first one to take the hiss in. Spread the word. At first, many people thought it was horrifying. That he was horrifying. But also, many people who heard his words wanted to welcome the hiss in. And slowly, more and more of them came around until the whole world was brought together by the hiss. It was wonderful.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that.
For the record, that will never happen. Not as long as I'm alive.
The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow.
Maybe I'm just here to punish myself.
Any new dreams you'd like to share, Dylan?
I'm glad you asked, sister. This dream, like all dreams now, felt very real. Like reality. And reality now feels like a dream. Maybe it's all a dream. Maybe it's all real.
Dream where my brother endlessly tells me about his dreams.
I was in a dark place, and there was a dark man there. His name was Mr. Door, and he told me that there are many worlds, side by side, on top of each other, some inside of others. In one world, there was a writer who wrote a story about a cop. In another world, the cop was real. Door said he himself was in all of them at the same time, endlessly shifting between them. I asked him how I could reach these worlds. I wanted to bring the hiss there. But he didn't want to help me. He didn't like the idea. What did he know?
I'm not wild about the idea myself.
Through time, the thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes.
Интересно, у него бесконечные такие будут с нами разговоры?
Here we go again. Once more with feeling.
Let me guess. You want to tell me about your dream?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I'm having a dream right now.
Oh. That's new.
In this dream, I'm standing in the corner watching Jesse and Dylan talk about this very dream. This very dream! He said just now! And repeated it again now! I'm standing there and watching, and that's all I can do. It's as if I'm trapped there. And that's all I have to say about that dream.
Okay, Dylan. That's good.
Is he still in there? Or is this the hiss playing mind games? I don't know.
О, да неужели все? Фу, это было интересно. Но то, что у нас наконец-таки есть карта 6-го уровня допуска, это просто обалденно. Я бы сказал, очешуенно. Так. Ну, попробуем обнаружить доктора Андерхилл под сектором исследований. По сюжету, как я обещал, мы пошли, но, как видимо, совсем чуть-чуть.
I heard that he voluntarily entered captivity. That's what Pope said anyway.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. His horn test.
Так, и куда нам в конечном счете надо? Так. Исследование. Так. Под сектором исследований. Исследование лаборатория Андерхилла. Значит... Так, вот это, конечно, интересно. Ну, я не знаю, получится ли у нас найти то, что мы будем искать здесь. Но, как говорится, попытка не пытка. Тем более, 6-й уровень допуска у нас есть, так что проблем возникнуть не должно. Если это связано именно с этим. под сектором исследований. Ну, посмотрим, что из этого всего выйдет. Ну а пока давайте же немножко отдохнем и встретимся через мгновение.